50-50, the receivers have to. What's the stuff you guys have done maybe over the last 7 months to balance that out a little bit?
Well, we can't do much football, in the summer, but we've been doing our best with 7-on-7s, and, we have a great receiving crew, 2 of the best tight ends in the country. And we're just trying to utilize all our weapons. Our running game was amazing with Rex and Amir and Taylor running the ball, and we know that, and our offensive line is very physical. But we know that, to be one of the best offenses in the country, we have to be more 50-50 and be able to threaten people in both ways, and, especially on third downs, complete passes to keep our long drives going and take the will out of people's defenses. Those long drives will just help our defense rest and, just really deplete the other defense.
When did you see maybe Taylor kind of turn the corner and understanding where to go with the ball at all times and maybe leading receivers instead of just getting it?
Well, he's been growing, since he's been here. Last year he was only a sophomore. And there's not that many sophomore starting quarterbacks in the country. So this year as a junior, all through spring ball, through the summer, he's definitely, just growing as a passer in all ways, with his footwork, with his timing, with his reads. He knows when to take risks, when not to. He's utilizing his running backs out of the backfield more, getting completions, and just staying positive, getting positive yards, and trying to get the ball out quick and avoid sacks.
What did you work on individually for yourself this offseason?
Just becoming, I consider myself, a pretty good route runner, pretty technical, and I know the playbook too, but just to even be a better route runner. I'm a fast guy, but I'm not the fastest. And playing against such tough Big Ten defenses, and I play in the slot versus some big guys, I have to be able to use my speed and my quick route running to get open on third downs and help Taylor out. So just trying to be a more reliable guy on third downs, get open, be a sure-handed guy for Taylor to complete passes to, and just getting better in that way.
How explosive can this offense be this year?
I think we saw a little glimpse of it last year with guys like Kenny Bell and Amir, and we have our sure-handed guy Rex, but we have so much speed and we have so much opportunity for us this year. And with our second year in Coach Beck's offense, we have very high expectations, and we have a ton of speed, like I said, a ton of youth, but that youth we have does have a full year of experience now, and I think we're looking forward to a big year.
Tim, just having a lot of fifth-year seniors, all you guys redshirted back in 2008, what kind of advantage is that just to have that large group of guys that have been here now almost 5 years?
We consider it a great advantage. We have, I think, 15 or 16 three-year lettermen coming back, and just a ton of experience. And our class is very close. We're Bo's first class, and we take a lot of pride in that. And we're trying to restore Nebraska's tradition and try to bring this state its first conference title since '99.
Last year, you guys would always say championship when what you guys were searching for never were specific. This year, 2 guys have already said national championship. What leads to being a little bit more clear this time around?
Well, we definitely, our first step is the conference championship before you get to the national championship. So the Big Ten is very daunting. We have a tough schedule, and we're really excited for it, and we're really excited to play in some new stadiums, and that's our first step. Playing at Nebraska every year, our main goal is the national championship. But to do that, we know that first we must go through Indianapolis, and that's going to be a tough road, and we'll worry about the national championship once we get to Indianapolis.
Tim, you still going to return punts and kicks this year that you know of?
Yeah, I haven't talked to JP that much about it this summer, but I'd imagine so. Amir's our main guy. You guys have seen what he can do last year, and I'm excited to be back there with him again. Hopefully, throw some big blocks for him, and we know that special teams is so important, and we try to make that such an emphasis on our teams. It's a 3-tier sport, and you have to win 2 of them to win a football game, and we know that. And we know that our return game can really change games and take the momentum out of big stadiums like Ohio State and Michigan State. If you get a big kick or punt return after they score, it can be really depleting.
How do you think the Big Ten road atmosphere did play in last year, getting to play at places like Penn State, Wisconsin, and now obviously getting ready to go play at places like Ohio State this year?
It's definitely challenging. It's challenging playing in new stadiums against new teams. We're unsure of what to expect. It's tough watching film on new teams, but now we have a year under our belts, and we're excited to play in these big stadiums. We love playing on the road. We love being us against the world, and it's going to be tough, and we know that, but as long as we take care of the football, cut down on our turnovers, that's what really hurt us on the road last year. We know that we'll have a great chance to win some road games.
Tim, have you guys worked in the offseason about the mental aspect of facing adversity? It seems like some of the times, especially when you're on the road, things weren't going your way, calls weren't going your way. For whatever reason, things started to happen. Have you guys kind of worked as far as having so many senior leads, fifth-year senior guys, to handle that, should that arise, when you go to Columbus, when you go to these things?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard, but, we've been meeting all off season as a team, meeting with Coach Bo and talking about the mental aspect of football. We're going to have plenty of practices ahead for the physical aspect, but we've been talking about those mental aspects of cutting down on, like, the snowball effect. We don't want one turnover to turn into another one or one penalty to turn into another one, kind of like it did last year. We have to be mentally stronger and be able to, cut our losses. If you have a bad play, we got to move on because you can't let it snowball, and we've definitely made that an emphasis this off season. And we're ready to make improvement this year.
What do you think of practicing at night all fall here? You guys are doing those 6:45 practices for the first 2 weeks.
It's definitely different, but I think we're ready to try it. Coach Bo is trying to help us out. Coach Dobson, they're very smart with our bodies, and they know that this heat this summer has been, out of control, and they don't want us to wear down early in camp. If we practice outside first couple days of camp and wear our legs down, they know that we won't have, great practice throughout the rest of camp. So they want to be very smart with us, and we definitely appreciate that, and we're ready to get after it.
Does that help keep weight on you, too? I mean, 'cause you gain a lot of muscle over the summer. When you're in that heat, can you lose a lot of that doing that every day outside? Or?
Absolutely. I mean, just being out in that 100-degree heat where it's about 115, 120 on the turf, practicing for 2.5 hours, it can just wear on you. And especially for some of those big guys, some of those big linemen, it's just really not that healthy for them to lose 8, 10 pounds of practice. So by Coach Bo letting us practice at night, we'll definitely save some pounds.
What's that brotherhood like in the receivers room? I mean, some of you guys played last year, you're back again this year. How close are you, or what's the competition like between each other?
It's definitely grown. We're a very deep crew, and we know that there's going to be a lot of competition ahead for positions and playing time. But we're all very close. We love meeting time together. We have a lot of fun together in the off season, and we've really grown as a crew. And like I said, even though we have to compete against each other, we don't care who's making the plays on Saturday as long as one of us is. And that's what we don't have one wide receiver that can beat you deep. We have 3 or 4, and we're excited to show that this year.
Where's a guy like Jordan Wester can't fit in? We got the true freshman that was here in the summer.
He had a good summer working out. I didn't get to play with him too much. Saw him in 7-on-7. He runs some good routes and has some great hands. He goes after the ball very well. But I haven't seen him, with pads on or much versus, our first team defense. That changed a lot from high school to college playing against the Black Shirts. It's going to be a transition for him, but, we'll see what he has here the first couple of days of fall camp.
Anything else for Tim? Tim, how do you guys define accountability? We've heard a lot about that word. How do you guys define it?
It's definitely our main concern, just holding each other accountable. Grant Windstrom talked to us last night, and he said that was his main focus back in the 90s with his teammates when they won 3 national titles. Just, a coach and a player can only do so much together. It really comes down to the player next to you. And he talked about, maybe taking a play off. He said he felt like taking plays off sometimes. He may be going 80%, just holding up his assignment. But he can never do that because he would never let the guy next to him down. And that's what our class has been trying to do, play for each other. You're not just playing for yourself. You're playing for that guy next to each other who's been busting his butt all game. And we're really trying to embrace that. And us seniors, it's our 5th year under Coach Bo. And Coach Bo's really, ingrained his toughness into us, and we're ready to show it this year.
Perfect. Go ahead. A lot's been made about Taylor's off-season work. What can we expect when practice starts tomorrow?
Well, Taylor's made a lot of improvements, and I know we're all excited for him to show it off, and I know he is too. And, he goes through a lot of criticism being the quarterback in Nebraska, but he was just a sophomore last year, like I said, and he's really improved this offseason, and our passing game's ready to show what we have this season. I think it's going to be a great season for Taylor, both running and passing.